In this video, we're going to discuss the access by members of derived classes. So the member methods of a derived class cannot access private members of the base class. So here's a table that shows you which specifier gives you what access, basically. So if you make a member method, meaning your instance variable, if you make it public, that means everybody has access to it. Whether it's in the same package or a different package, or it doesn't really matter. You have full access to it if you made it public. And if you made it private, then it's only accessible within the same class. And that's why we have to create public get and set methods in order to access private fields. But you can't access the field directly if it's private. If you made it protected, that's somewhere in between public and private, meaning that it's public within the same class, within derived classes, so subclasses have access to those fields, and also any class within the same Java package. And if you just didn't specify any specifier at all, you just left it blank and you just said like string name, for example, and you didn't write whether it's public, private, or protected, that means that it's accessible to itself and classes that are within the same package as well. Let's try out these different specifiers and see how they work. So back to the person student example that we had before, we have two fields inside the person class and they're both private, name and age, meaning they're only accessible within this person class. So I can use the fields directly as you see them being used in this constructor and in the get and set methods. But anywhere else, these fields are private, meaning I can't go into this main method in this demo class and say p.age and set it to 45. I can't do that because age is hidden, it's a private field. However, if I made it have public access, then that just makes it fully accessible to anywhere inside this default package and anywhere in any other Java package where somebody imported this program into it. It's fully accessible, which is not a good idea. You want to make these fields either private or at least protected so that they stay safe within the Java package, not fully publicly accessible anywhere else. Let me show you what this means. Let's make all these fields protected. Protected name, protected age, and let's make student ID protected also. Protected. So I know that I can directly modify name and age in my class and I don't get an error. I could set the age to 45 and p.name directly to Joe. And it kind of looks like it's public, but it's protected. And I could also set the student ID here directly to whatever I want it to be, because that's also made protected in this subclass student. So now let's move these things out of a default package into their own Java package. I'm going to right click source and say new package. Let's name this after the company, Appficial.com. And it creates a little folder that says Appficial.com. And I'm just going to take student and person and I'm going to drag and drop them here into this Appficial package. And notice that it added this package statement at the top of both classes. And so in demo I'm getting errors for age and name because they're protected. So they only have access in the same package. So if I was to go back to person and make these public, you would see that these errors go away, but I'm still getting the error for student ID, which is still protected. So you want to make sure that your fields in your classes are private, which is what I would recommend. And if you wanted to make your life a little bit easier to have direct access to the fields, at least make them protected or default access, which looks like this. Just don't say anything at all, and that's going to give it this access shown in this slide. Access to itself and all the classes within the same package, which is a little bit safer than protected actually, because if you were to create a subclass in a different package of one of the classes that you had, it would have full access to it if you made it protected.